To family and friends, I know it's been a day or so since I did one of these vlogs, so I'll fill you in on what's going on. I got my second part in the mail. Well, let me back way up. This morning, Linda and I went to breakfast at Carl's Jr. We each had a famous Star cheeseburger. I had some waffle fries. She had the regular French fries. She didn't order fries. I gave them to her anyway. Then we went to Walmart and we were going to do some shopping, and Linda got feeling ill and had to be helped back to the car. I parked I took back what it was in that the one item in the basket that on the go-kart, electric car I was using. I took that back, came out to the car, got in, drove her home, told her she needed to go in and lay down. I don't know if she is still or not. I kind of doubt it because I have to clean Google out on anytime I want to look something up when Ashton's been on her computer looking things up. So I cleaned about 30 of them out a while ago. So odds are she's in the parlor and Ashton's in the bedroom using her computer, which is fine. After that, I came home. Prior to going and doing all that, we checked the mail, and the second part that goes to my van, you have these two parts that go together. One controls the front brakes, the other controls the back brakes. So I took them and the old parts to my son Chris's house, caught him weed eating, and I asked him if he could put those together. Tomorrow afternoon he'll be over here, and hopefully my van will be back on the road. I have a friend named Cherry, C-H-E-R-R-Y, and that is actually her name. She's an older gal. Her name's Cherry Hinkle. Second, gotta get a sip. And she made the statement that it seems like her misfortunes happen in batches of 3. And I explained to her that it happened to us last week. My van went down, my son Nick's Suburban went down, and Linda's Navigator went down. All 3 at the same time. The only vehicle we had was Benjamin's hot rod, basically. It's an Expedition we sold him. That's what we had to get around in. And it did cause some consternation in our family, but fortunately my son Chris is an excellent mechanic. He got Nick's van first. He got the Navigator running. There's a few little tweaks left to do on it that's no big deal, but he got Linda's car to where we can use it. Then he got Nick's Navigator yesterday. That was a huge deal to Nick, but Chris is a mechanic. It was just something to do. He got it functioning. And tomorrow he'll work on my van. I've been out in the office taking care of some stuff. It's Saturday. I'm not feeling well myself. I'd much rather be in the house in the cool. I think on the way into the house, though, I'm going to amble on over to the swimming pool and see how bad it needs to be cleaned. I just imagine it needs it really bad. So maybe tomorrow I'll make a deal with my son Benjamin and we'll get it cleaned and start filling it so we can use it. What was I going to say next? Out of tea, herbal tea in the office. I had to go to the store by myself, and I went to Sooners. They've got a go-kart I can ride, and I didn't do a whole lot of shopping. Uh, I'm basically one-handed and one-legged right now. My left hand and my left knee are excruciating right now this minute. And so I will go in the house and change into my evening do-nothing clothes and go in the parlor and watch stuff on the big screen with Linda. And I need to see how my sweetheart's doing, see if she's feeling better yet. Other things going on. Yesterday I met with my best friend Jerry and two young men that I like. As a matter of fact, I extended the hand of friendship to one of them on Facebook, and he accepted. Matt and Mike, and I don't remember what each one of them's last name is. They're looking at helping Jerry develop Fun Valley into something much bigger and better than it is now. These guys have some good ideas, and like Jerry, I'm a little trepidatious about spending money right now, but I had this deep in my gut feeling both these young men are social media wizards, which is basically what you'd have to have. And if you guys are watching this, Matt, Mike, this is the corner of my decrepit little office that I use. I'm not going to do a pan around this time because it's upside down and it would be more than embarrassing, but basically I've got 3 computers hooked up that I use, and then I've got 2 more under the table, including my other monster computer. I keep saying that this one has 3 computers in one, and then a friend of mine corrected me and said no, it's got 4. It's got, well, different operating systems. It's basically got 3 computers in it, but it's got Windows, the Apple, it's got Linux, and it's got just regular industrial version. And I use all 4 of them basically. Have to for different things. Got the AC on in here, and that's what you're hearing over my right shoulder there. It's too hot not to have it running. I really need to get wrapped up and go in the house. Been trying to think of what I have drunk or eaten that has caused me so much pain in my left hand and left knee. And then it dawned on me, and I looked at the package. Last few days I've eaten burritos from Snack Shack, which is a gas station, but they have an actual kitchen there, and they do a pretty good job on their food. But I bought burritos, breakfast burritos, and I tell them to give me the salsa, a lot of extra salsa. So I looked at the salsa package on the ingredients, and it's sugar-free. They actually have aspartame in the, and that stuff, the amount of salsa I eat, I should be ashamed, but it inflames my joints where I've had bad damage. And so I got rid of the rest of it. I do have a few packages from that are used at Sonic, but they don't use that particular type. Well, talked to my brother Chris, younger brother. He's Mom, John, Randy, Michael, you all know who I'm talking about. They're my brothers and sisters and mom. He was lamenting on Facebook my birth mother and her passing, and I feel it too. Today he was particularly melancholy. He started going through some of her stuff that he took to his jewelry store, and it got him upset, and I understand that. I've got a whole ton of her stuff up over in the upper shelf in the room next to this one. Excuse me. So I understand about it making him melancholy. I miss my mother. I do. I miss Mom, my second mother that watches this. I do. And I've just all a person can do is what they can do, and right now it's all I can do just to function. I'm getting ready to go into the house and rest. I did not have a good night again last night. Linda didn't. The house is eminently cool. I mean, we've got a 5.5 ton unit on either end of it. Big house, and it takes both of them, but it keeps it cool in there. I just couldn't get comfortable last night, and I did take my medication, and I believe I discovered this morning why, and it's the salsa I've been eating. You get to a certain age, everybody should be careful what they're eating anyway, but you really got to pay attention when you get older, and try to use some kind of intelligence, some kind of smarts when you're at the feed trough, and make sure you're not hurting your old, decrepit, crippled, fat body, which I do every day. I hurt my old, crippled, fat, decrepit body, but it'll be okay. And Linda's, one of her 2 remaining silky roosters, is out there crowing to let everybody know he's a he instead of a she. But that's the vlog for today. I had a lot I intended to do, and I'm just not up to it. I need to go rest a little bit. Been taking some fairly intense pain medication lately, and now that I've figured out what the problem was, maybe it'll let up a little bit. Flags in Oklahoma are flying at half-mast right now, and that's because we had a firefighter get killed in a car wreck, and I can't remember his name, but he died in the performance of his duty. He was en route to fight a fire, and it's a sad fact of today, you know, that there's so many errant people out there causing other people injury. And I told my brother Chris a while ago, you know, I thought I was en route to the store to pick up some stuff, and I was at the stoplight, and it turned green, and I was getting ready to go and proceed down Main Street to Sooners, and I think they're called a smart car. They're the size of a roller skate. I mean, this thing has 2 seats and no trunk, and it's the smallest legal vehicle to drive on the road. And this cat shot right across it, ran a red light bigger than Dallas, and actually had headphones doing this, bobbing the head and all that. hair frizzied out all over the place, and it was a guy, I could tell because he was trying to grow a mustache, and I'm observant, but if I'd have hit him in Linda's Navigator, it would have killed him, you know, and he was just oblivious. But I warned my brother Chris to be careful because the idiots are out in full force. You know, my new friends from the meeting with Jerry and them yesterday have something in common with me, and I appreciate that. None of the three of us have a real good bedside manner. We're kind of blunt in how we say things. I insult people without meaning to, but I just spit it out there, and they do too. Well, folks, that is the vlog for today. God bless all of you. I love all of you, and like that sign right there says, be kind. Bye.